I had a very different perception of what young Geddy was like.
What do you mean?
Because I always considered myself a shy, a nerdy kid, kind of the quietest kid in the room. But when I look at some of the things I did throughout my early life, I couldn't have been that shy. I couldn't have been that reserved because, I ran off to join the circus. I admitted to myself and to my book agent that I would do a memoir. I said, it has to include a chapter about my mom's life during the war, about my family, like where they came from, what they went through, because you can't even hope to understand. It's very interesting. When you hear these stories over and over again from a person who's aging, they change a little bit.
Right.
The facts start to get a bit. The jokes she tells. Her story it set the tone for my life. I think my sister and my brother would agree that we grew up in a household filled with evocative tales of danger and mystery and murder, and all those things seep into your blood and they form your value system and the way you regard the rest of the world. And so I really didn't realize it when I set out to do it, but I sure feel like it now. And it was very cathartic for me, and it was very helpful in me, left unresolved feelings. And life is always better if you resolve feelings. So that was helpful for the Jewish community. So and also to honor those that have passed, you're usually named after a relative.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was born, I was given the name Gershon Eliezer Weinrib, which was, my father's last name. And so it sounds like it. So he started calling me Geddy, and the rest is history.
What are you when you go
You
there?
have to go and say what they call the mourner's Kaddish.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that for 11 months and 1 day, which is the tradition. And in that whole time, I really didn't buying records and listening to every record I could afford to buy, scraping, pennies together and buying music. And I got obsessed with music. And I was looking for clues to spark my memory. And as you know, I'm a hoarder of sorts.
Yeah, I know that.
We justify it by saying we're collectors, but really we're hoarders. And I kept all kinds of stuff. I kept photos. I kept, some of them. And we're getting stupid.
Before you got kicked out?
I was blessed with meeting two people that, at their core, were considerate people. And as far back as I remember, I can't think of a single ego trip that either of my partners ever went on. We just are blessed with nice personalities, The curse of being Canadian is being nice, right? We always say sorry. So I think that's helped a lot, frankly, because, and there's only 3 of us, and 2 against 1 isn't fair, so we never gang up on each other. And when 2 of us do gang up on the other one, even if it's in humor, we always feel a little guilty afterwards. And at the core of it, we share a rock-solid friendship. Early on, we would have these discussions. For example, when someone had written a song, say Alex and I, only 2 of the 3 of the members had written a song, and we had to divide the song for publishing. And we were sort of faced with, maybe we got one more record they're going to do for us, and we'll see what happens. And so it was difficult, but we didn't lose our sense of humor through it all. It helped us gird ourselves in a way and stick together. But I think the friendship thing is no small part of it. Well, usually for the uninitiated, we began life as a 3-piece rock band, playing quite loudly. And the music was energetic, and as we got older, we started adding more and more complex arrangements. And then prog rock was starting to become a thing, and they were bringing these instruments like synthesizers, and bands were making records with orchestras, and we kept trying to figure out a way to bring those elements into the band but not have other musicians. We wanted to do it ourselves, And I think we were always